afternoon, folks. It's John Pettipas recording. It's now about 10 to 4 in the afternoon on Wednesday, which is the 4th day of October 2023. I'm deeply saddened to report I learnt in my travels today. I was to Roxbury and a bunch of errands between here and there, and that Charlie MELONG of West Harbour Bushy has gone to heaven. He was a wonderful man. He was vacating stock. His mother was a Morse, and his father, of course, was MELONG. MELONG's an old French name, and he was just a top-notch gentleman. He was a French ancestry on his father's side for sure, and I'm going to say right at the outset, Charlie represented the very best of small town, village, and rural Nova Scotia. I'm going to repeat that. The late Charlie MELONG represented the very best of small town, village, and rural Nova Scotia. He was I have to say that represented best of Cape Breton. Well, he represented the best of rural Nova Scotia. He was one of the original volunteers to the Stan Rogers Festival when it started at Canso. Up on the wall, you can see my Eastern Canada oil and gas map. That map was presented to me by Charlie MELONG, and I took it up with me, and he was a very intelligent man. He was a fascinating gentleman to speak to. He was a very good man. Volunteered for Stan Rogers for many years. He was very generous to the Harry Fox Foundation, and I thank you now posthumously. I thanked you when he was alive, and now no doubt up in heaven with his parents and any siblings, his older family. So I don't know them all as well as some people, but he was a long-time employee, a key man at Mulgrew Machine Shop, and I think he operated on his own for some years after. A very, very smart, very resourceful guy. He wasn't afraid to do something. His health wasn't as good in recent years. He had a lovely daughter. I think she moved home from Ontario, and I was there one evening with somebody, brought him some Swiss chard, summer of 2022. That would have been, 14 months ago now. And his breeding was labored, but his intellect, his personality, he was still in fine form. Intellectually, personality-wise, he was in fine form. So let's say a prayer for him. Gentlemen, we'll say, Our Father. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive others who trespass against us. And lead us not to temptation, and deliver us from evil. Amen. And I say, God bless Charlie MELONG. He was not afraid to do something, get involved. He was a volunteer, was a generous man. With his second wife, I used to see him in church sometimes. He turned around, he was starting to get not as good health, but big smile and shake your hand. Charlie was a good guy, very good guy, and he'll be missed. And we wish all of you people this Thanksgiving weekend all the best. God bless. And we thank God that we had such a wonderful gentleman in our midst. For I'm not quite certain of his age. I'm doing this without the benefit of seeing obituary. And I would say he was probably in his mid-80s, okay? Mid to late 80s. So he had a good, full life. And he was a good man. He used to come in the store, and he knew what he wanted. He was not difficult to serve. He knew what he wanted, and he was a great guy to have a conversation with. As I say, he was a man of great intellect, and I'm certain God has him in heaven now doing machining project or planting fall bulbs or something. Charlie will not be idle in the presence of God for long. Thank you very much. Bye for now. And I extend my sympathies to the family members that were nice to him, and especially to his daughter and his stepson and his in-laws and outlaws and everybody. The community has suffered loss, and you, as immediate relatives, have suffered a great loss as well. Thank you. Bye for now.